Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right, all right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. It is December 28, 2024. 10 minutes on the clock. It is a Saturday. It feels like a Tuesday, like a rainy, cloudy, dark Tuesday, or some type of just a normal Tuesday. It doesn't feel like a Saturday today at all. I woke up, I'm thinking it's Monday or Tuesday again. Like all the holiday stuff is just throwing me off so bad. And but we have New Year's and Eve and New Year's Day coming up this week, so we'll get through that. Hopefully everybody will be safe and make it home safe and sound for the New Year's. And then we'll be back to normal, man. You know, back to normal, back to the grind, back to normal life, and holiday season will be over. All right. 30's 1143, and that's where we are right now. We're down 1.94% today, and we actually are rallying back up here. And everybody is believing that because of the tether stuff, that the markets are going to plunge here. And you know how it is when everybody believes the same thing. They sometimes they'll come in there and step in. The elites, the so-called elites or whatever you want to call them, the Kabbalists will come in there and they'll change it up, right? And then they will tell the feds to secretly to pump the markets instead, right? So you just never know. You just never know how it's going to play out. But if Tether's delisting, the market should drop. You know what I mean? Like that. Let's be real, right? If Tether USDT is delisting from all exchanges in Europe, then we should see a big drop in the markets, right? Bitcoin should head down to about 80,000, 79, 80,000, 70, 70, 81, 82,000 range. So 79 to 82,000 range where it should go. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen though. Like I said before, if everybody's looking for the same thing, sometimes the opposite happens, right? And maybe they'll pump, maybe it'll be a bullish thing and they'll pump the markets. Tether will pump the markets instead. I don't know. We're gonna wait and see how that plays out. But you're gonna be able to get LUNC under 301 again, right? So if this happens, right? Because right now we're at 1143. Unless something happens with LUNC that we don't know about, that maybe we blacklist. Maybe we blacklist maybe there's a proposal in the next 40 72 hours to blacklist well, that's not going to make it in time, but if the proposal goes live to blacklist the LFG USTC funds, how about this, how about a proposal to blacklist the LFG and of course just Happy Caddy Crypto is the one who mentioned this, so I give him credit yet for it yesterday. But how about this blacklist, but we were talking about blacklisting these things back in the summertime though, right? If they didn't follow directions, right? But TFL apparently has done everything they were supposed to do, and they don't have access, so apparently they don't have access or responsibility for the LFG funds all of a sudden. We didn't know nothing about that though. We thought what we were hearing was that they were going to burn these tokens, and they had all these wallets that they were going to be burning that had 4 billion tokens, USTC tokens in them. What happened to all that? I don't know where all that information was coming from on the internet, and people were showing all types of wallets and fun, and none of that stuff was true, unfortunately, for our sake, right? But the LFG funds, we could blacklist those tokens because blacklisting is able to be reversed. But we can put a proposal up, or Happy Caddy Crypto can put a proposal up, or can put a proposal up to blacklist the LFG funds, right? And the USTC and the LFG fund, which is I think 1.8 billion tokens of USTC, which is a significant, right? And then there's also a lot of Bitcoin. There's like almost $30 million in Bitcoin in there. I don't know if we have anybody has access to swap that Bitcoin for USTC, but that's what I would do, right? I don't know how that works, but I would also swap the Bitcoin for USTC, $30 million worth of Bitcoin for USTC, and then which will create a massive supply shock and USTC going skyrocketing. And I would blacklist those tokens as well, not burn them, because you never know what the SEC might want to do in the future. But I would blacklist those tokens as well, right? And so that would be a game changer right there, right? So that would be the proposal I would do. But I don't. The problem is that who has access to the LFG funds that we can talk to that can actually do that, right? Now, people are saying that these LFG funds are actually owned by the LUNC community. This is brand new to us because when TFL was going through the stuff, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna burn the people were saying that yeah they're gonna burn the LFG funds as well. So I have no clue, man. But if the LFG funds are Luna Classic community, then there should be no reason why we can't blacklist the 1.8 billion UST funds, USTC funds, and then swap, and then in the proposal ask to swap the Bitcoin out, the $30 million worth of Bitcoin out to USTC and burn and blacklist those USTC funds as well, which will leave us with like I don't know, maybe like 2 billion USTC left in circulation, right? So or in total, right? And which would we would literally be at maybe like 50 cents, 40 to 50 cents, and it's a game changer, right? So that's what I would do in the proposal. Blacklist 1.8 billion USTC and swap the bitcoins for to purchase USTC, and then blacklist those tokens as well. That's what the proposal should be. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see a proposal that doesn't have that. It's just going to be blacklist the 1.8%, 1.8 billion USTC, right? So, anyways, that's what's going on. And let me see here. We're actually green on the week, so that's good. And year we're still down 21%. All right, so let's quickly go through the rest of these. Luna. Okay, let's go here. So here's Luna for 44 cents here on Luna. And look, the sentiment is just awful for these tokens here. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of haters here because a lot of people are tired of waiting, and you have to hold. It's the same thing with like with She Bean, these other tokens. It's like it's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like and people are tired of waiting, right? 3 years plus for many of these tokens, so people are just really sick and tired of waiting. But it's not easy to be a one percenter. I mean, that's the problem with people. People think that, oh, this guy's rich. I know I can do that. And it's like, no, you can't. And say you don't know his struggle. You don't know where he's been through. You don't know the pain. You don't know, the sacrifices he's had to make. You don't know what he's going through. Stop thinking you can be somebody else, right? So, and that's the problem. It's like people in their mind think, oh, it's easy to be a 1%. Well, then why aren't you a 1%er right now, right? So why is only 1% of the world rich? Why, what I mean? Why we're 1 or 2%, right? 1 or 2, 3% of the world. Why is everybody else poor? Why is everybody else struggling? Why is everybody else dealing with all types of crazy financial hardship, right? So if it was that easy, then everybody would do it, right? Everybody would have already done it. And that's the problem, right? People think it's easy, and that they know in reality it's not, right? It's almost impossible. It's not impossible, but it's almost impossible, right? Because it's called one. That's why it's called a 1%, right? So, you have to break the mold. You have to break the barriers. You have to break the back of poverty, and all the curses that people spoke over you, and to be able to get to that level, you have to go through the pain and struggles, and you have to be strategic, right? And even when you're strategic, the world's gonna bring all this stuff to you, right? And try to get you off your game and get you off your plans. So you have to just stay focused, right? Okay, so we got 2 cents here on USTC and 11% on the the week, and we're down 37% on the year. All right, so like I said before, if we can swap those bitcoins, so we first that 1.8 will be awesome here. Get us down to about 5 billion, and then we could swap that Bitcoin over, and then burn, and then for USTC, and then burn, and then blacklist the rest. Not burn, but blacklist the rest. Then we remove the rest of those out of circulation. We're literally left with like two 2 billion tokens left, and now it's all in bobbing, right? So, all right, let's go here. Galaxy Station. There's nothing new here. No new proposal yet. I think Christopher said he was going to bring back the 1.5% burn tax in the future. Um, like I said before, and a lot of you guys got mad at me when I said it wasn't going to pass. Remember, I said it's not going to pass, guy, because this man created a lot of enemies on the chain. And some of you go, oh man, Currency's hating it. How am I hating when I'm telling the truth? You saw the drama. You saw the drama that was going on in the lung community with him and Jarvis and all these other, or with all these people on Happy Caddy Crypto and Friendo and all these other guys, right? You saw it yourself. So I don't know why you guys always be picking on me like that. That's crazy. And then it doesn't pass. Then he's like, "Oh, Currency was right because they did do exactly what he said they were going to do." Yeah, duh. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird, man. 15.03. I mean, it's really easy. And I think people hate living in reality. I love living in reality. And that's where we're different. I want to live in reality. I want to live in reality. I know we're in the matrix and all this stuff, and we got to get out of this matrix, and we're trying to get out of this matrix. I also want to live in reality. And when you see people that are arguing and causing conflict on the chain or in the community, and then they put up a proposal, and then you think in your mind, you look the other way and think, nah, it can pass, and but you back in your heart, you know it's not going to pass because of all the conflict. That's reality. Your heart's reality. Your heart told you what reality was, but you went with your eyes and deception, and you looked the other way. I already said it right in the beginning. It's not going to pass. You know what I mean? Because when you create enemies in the community, how can your proposals pass? It's not. None of your proposals can pass if you have enemies on the chain, right? Especially enemies with big purchasing power. Right? Now, how can you change that? Well, you stop making enemies on the chain and you actually talk to people. You actually look for resolutions instead of conflict, and you also increase significantly your power, your staking power, right? Your buying power, your voting power. That's how you do it, and none of that stuff happened, right? So then you put a proposal up, and you think that people are just going to forget about what just took place. You know what I mean? Remember in the springtime we were talking about um, World War III, and we were talking about World War III for the in the real world, but we also were talking about World War III in the community between Friendo in the crew and um, Jesus is Lord and HCC, right, and others. So that stuff all comes back, man, and unfortunately, it came back to bite the 1.5. So it is what it is. All right. So I mean, a lot of you guys already knew that. You guys would just. Some of you guys, I don't know what you guys would do. You just wanted to be a hater, I guess. I don't know. You knew it wasn't gonna pass. Come on, man. 131 million. Um, if he didn't have done all that, it would have been close. It would have been close. It probably would have passed if he didn't do all that. But he made so many enemies. Um. Okay, so here's people burning LUNC. Here's people burning USTC. Shout out to everybody there. Burn it all. We actually outbid the fee collector. There's Brad and burn it all. 7,000 burns on USTC. Let's keep it going. Happy Caddy Crypto and leading the way there, 141. And that's not good for Jesus Lord, right? Because Happy Caddy Crypto is an enemy of Jesus Lord, right? So, you know, oh boy, right? So, and all right, Jarvis lost 444 million. Okay. And let's see here. 19 validators missed signatures, and these guys 2.5%. Wow, this is interesting name. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's go to the validators because it's supposed to be a 10-minute video, but I had to discuss that, and that's all good. The validators are not going to change much until we get into that 3025, 3025 area. So we'd have to wait, right? So then we'll see the big changes in the validators. All right, so let's go all the way down and show all the validators some love here and that are securing the blockchain. And that's about it. Peace out. God bless. I will the validators, and some validators are going to say, well, I can do 1% currency and I can take that 1% and buy back and burn your USTC every Friday or every Saturday with Brad. But I'm going to have to increase my commissions. Okay, who cares, man? The freak, man. You know what I mean? Like, are we here to sit around the dinner table and for a couple years, for the next 10 years complaining, or are we here to, to change lives and be wealthy, right? So, all these people that are like, man, 1% or 1.5, take that 1% of my commission. Well, just increase your commissions then, right? So let's say Lunk Live, 6.65, right? Just go to 7.65. Take that 1% and buy back and burn USTC for repay purposes every Saturday or every Friday. What's so hard about doing that, right? And so it's like it just blows my mind that things that are so easy are so difficult for this community. And once the clock hits 2025, we're not going to be talking about these stuff anymore. We're just going to start doing it ourselves, and which is going to make people that actually hate the chain are going to get very, very angry. You know what I mean? Peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video.